basic push-ups for this exercise. So you can see that I've got my feet together and my arms are at a comfortable width. So for me, I like to emphasize on the triceps, so I keep my elbows tucked in. If you prefer to do a chest push-up, then that's okay as well. Important thing is no arching and no dipping of the back, so you've got to keep a straight line from your ankle all the way to your shoulder. Your turn to try this one. Jumping jacks for this one. So nice and light on your toes and protect your knees. Your turn. Working a press plank with your elbows tucked in by your side and your hands at roughly shoulder width. So it's similar to doing a triceps push-up. It's basically the downward position. We're just going to maintain our plank there and we're just going to hold it 45 seconds. Your turn. This exercise is an isometric sumo squat with an inward hand press. So the important thing with this one is to have your toes pointing out and drop nice and low on that squat. And what we want to do is press your hands together with your elbows out. So you should feel a really good squeeze of the chest. We're going to hold this for the next minute. Your turn. For this segment, let's everybody grab our BOWBAR resistance kit and let's connect to a secure high anchor point. Okay, Okay guys, we're going to work some rows for this exercise. Now we're going to do it from two different positions. So you can see I've taken a seated position for mine and Monica's standing up. What we're going to do from here is we're going to pull straight back. Now we're holding onto the mid zone and your elbows are tucked by your side. I'm pulling right down to my belly button and releasing nice and slowly. It's a little bit harder from a seated position than it is standing. It's up to you which way you prefer to do it. Let's get you guys to have a go. Okay guys, we're going to work a chest press for this one and we're going to demonstrate two different ways of doing it. So Monica's got a front stance or a lunge stance if you like, and I'm going to actually do this completely suspended. So from here, we're just going to push right out and straight back in just like that, squeezing, elbows nice and high.
And just like you're pressing a bench press, it's essentially the same movement, but you're suspended, so it requires a lot more core and a lot more balance. Your turn.
Hindu push-up for this exercise. So feet and hands at shoulder width, raised right up to start with, and then it's a dipping push-up. So you're going to dip all the way down and work your way back to the top again. Your turn to try this one.
Okay guys, working some T-rows for this one. So basically you want to make sure your elbows are nice and high. I'm going to pull, elbows are leading and my wrists are following my elbows. Now I want to make sure as I pull through, have a look, my elbows are at shoulder height. So I'm making a perfect T. Again, I'm working mine from a seated position and you can see Monica's doing it standing. So you're welcome to choose which way you prefer to do it. Your turn. Okay guys, we're going to work a mid-grip press or a tricep press if you like. So it's much like a chest press or a bench press, but it's using your triceps because your grip's nice and narrow for this one. So there's going to be a lot more pressure on your triceps than there is on your chest. Monica's going to do this from a lunge stance or a front stance if you like. I'm going to completely suspend myself when I do this one. Just like this. Okay, elbows are staying tucked by my side, pressing right out and pulling right back to my chest. Let's get you guys to try it. Working some bicep curls for this one, guys. Now you can see I'm holding my narrow zone and my elbows are in front of me. Now I'm gonna lie down, I'm gonna do this from a lying position, and you'll see Monica will do it from a standing position. So I'm gonna create 180 degrees just by lying right back from here, and that's gonna give me maximum range. I'm gonna start to work my bicep curls from here. Okay, so elbows are staying in front of me, arms are parallel, and my wrists are nice and straight throughout this exercise. let's get you guys to try it.
prone shoulder press for this exercise. So you want to start with your hands and your feet at shoulder width, and you want to start in a pike position. So lift your bum right up, and you're doing a push-up which looks a lot like a shoulder press all the way to the floor and lifting straight back up. And you've got to make sure that your knees remain nice and straight throughout the exercise. Your turn to try it. reverse plank. Now the trick for this one is make sure you've got nice straight knees, and you want to try and elevate your hips as much as you can. Look up at the ceiling to assist you, and just make sure that your fingers are pointing out. This is going to be the most comfortable position. You're going to get a pretty good stretch of the biceps for this one as well. Your turn.
Bent over tricep extensions for this one, guys. So I'm going to tuck my elbows right in, and from here I'm just squeezing and extending right out. Okay, I'm doing this one from a kneeling position. You can see Monica's doing it standing up. Your choice, which one you want to do. You get a little bit more resistance kneeling down just because of the extra extension of the cable. Let's get you guys to try it. Okay guys, working some triceps extensions for this one. So the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna hold onto our narrow zone right there. Elbows are tucked by your side and we're gonna extend right out. Now what I'm gonna do with mine is I'm gonna fully suspend myself, which basically means I'm gonna use a lot more core and a lot more stability to get the technique out. And you can see Monica's just doing it from a front stance. So you guys are welcome to choose which one you're comfortable with and do the one that works for you. Now, important thing with this one is make sure your elbows are staying tucked in and they're not moving. They've got to stay in front of you. Let's get you guys to have a go at it.
For this exercise, we're working an isometric squat, with an isometric biceps curl. And now we're going to do this one at a time. So what you're attempting to do with one hand is to push up a biceps curl, and you're actually blocking it with the other hand. This is going to create a nice contraction, and we want to make sure we do it one at a time. What we'll do with the squat is keep it nice and low and keep your feet parallel for this one. Your turn. Working some prone X crunches from a plank position. So all I'm doing is I'm basically connecting opposite knee and opposite elbow together while trying to balance in my plank position. Your turn to try this one. Okay guys, we're going to work some twist elbow strikes with this one. So really good for the obliques and also the posterior chain. So from here, I'm going to squeeze, throw that elbow back and return it, stop down the middle and work the other side just like that. Now you want to make sure your elbows are nice and high, they're at shoulder height, and we want to try and get maximum range with that twist. I'm going to give you one more demo. And your turn.
Well done for finishing your workout, guys. Please take a few minutes to stretch and cool your body down now.